Hello again to all you beautiful souls. So, another question I have, which I'm going to answer today, I'm just going to read it and then I'll answer it. So, I live in the perspective of others. Other people's opinions influence me a lot, every time, and that's the reason why I remain confused and I'm not growing. I want to get some clarity about what I really want in my life. So, when we are influenced by the opinions of other people and other people's perspective of our life, means that we're wanting to essentially get approval from other people. So the more you approve of yourself, the less you're going to need that external validation or approval from other people. So when we become rooted in who we are, knowing who we are at our core, we really we don't need other people's opinions. People can give it, but if we know who we are, it's not going to affect us. So it really boils down to making choices of who you choose to be, and then really root yourself in your knowing of who you are as a human being. So it becomes about self-trust, learning to trust yourself. And how we learn to trust ourselves is when we know that we got our back, that we know who we are. So there are different ways that you can learn about who you want to be. So for example, morals, values, and principles are an amazing, amazing tool to really get to know yourself. And so which ones do you have? Which ones don't you have? Remember, honesty is like top key for all of this work. You have to be so honest with yourself in order to be able to make changes and shift. So make a list of qualities in yourself that you don't like. Make a list of qualities in yourself that you do like. Then, fully embody the ones that you like. So it's okay. It's not vain or arrogant or rude to be able to say that you're a kind person or a generous person or a giving person or a sensitive person or a funny person or a beautiful person. It doesn't matter. Those are just like, it's just little labels essentially. And it's okay to know that, oh yeah, no, I got those. It makes you feel better about yourself. Then as for the negative ones, or what we deem as negative ones, it's really important to understand that nothing is set in stone. So for example, if you're a person who mistrusts yourself and you want to become somebody who trusts yourself, write it down and become that. So it's a bit like people who are afraid of vulnerability, yet they don't understand that to be vulnerable or to have vulnerability as a quality, you actually have to become vulnerable. So in those moments when you feel like you're not trusting yourself, in those moments where you find it really hard to all of a sudden make that vulnerable move to put yourself out there, you actually have to do it. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, and eventually it just becomes habit and it becomes a part of your nature. I have been through it with numerous qualities which I have chosen to adopt inside myself and embody, because essentially we all have everything. We are amazing like that because we do have the entire universe at us. So we always can order up what we want and who we want to be. But the work sits with us. So it's not so simple as thinking I am this or I am not this. If that's what you think, then that's what it will be. But you can say, I am not this, but I want to be this. So when opportunity gives you the chance to be that, then be that. It is not easy, but it's the only way to start embodying the qualities that you want to embody inside yourself. So if you feel like you're not growing as a person, make a list of what will make you feel like you are growing. And if you are taking other people's opinions, then stop. Literally when you can see it happening, because you always know when it is, even if it's after, you will still know that it's happened. Through self-awareness, you will grow to understand, I'm taking other people's opinions here. No, I don't want to do that. I want to stand in my own power. I want to believe in myself. I want to grow. So it all boils down to choice. It all boils down to self-awareness, and it all boils down to the action you're going to take in order to be able to become who you want to be. Because the only thing that holds us back in our life is ourself in everything. So if you know what it is that you're wanting to change, you have to take the action to change it. I have this like little, I don't even know what it's called. So I call it hack. So you got to hack away whenever you, for personal growth, if you want to master yourself, if you want to heal your soul, if you want to love yourself, you have to hack at it. So hack. H, honesty. A, action. C, commitment. Hack. You cannot have one without the other. First, you have to be massively honest with yourself, like brutally honest, because the only person who you're holding back if you're not is yourself. So, and it doesn't help if you want to hide from who you are. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to take the action required in order to make the changes that you're wanting to change. So it's not as simple as knowing and having the awareness and being honest. If you're not going to take the action, like the opportunity to stand up for yourself, like the opportunity to be solid and grounded in your own truth, the opportunity to be able to have your own back, the opportunity to be vulnerable. You have to take the action to be it, even though it's scary and it goes against everything in your brain. You have to take the action. If you don't take the action, you're not going to get anywhere. And then, of course, the commitment, because you can take action for a while, but you can give up on it. So you can be honest and take a bit of action here and there. But the thing is, if you're not going to commit to it, you're not going to shift permanently. You have to commit to the work in order to get to where you want to be.